you ever tried to be soft, kind, and nurturing, only to find someone walking all over you? Let's talk about it, because there's a thin line between being feminine and being taken advantage of. Now, it's a beautiful thing. In fact, it's advisable as a woman or as a person to be kind, to be nurturing, to be loving. Now, a lot of the times we are told, especially as women, as young ladies, to be kind, to be feminine, to be gentle and accommodating. In fact, I remember being told a lot of the times, you are too hard, you are too strict. Act like a woman. A woman is gentle, a woman is soft spoken. This is a very beautiful advice. This is a good advice to give, and anybody that has these attributes, especially as a lady, you are a beautiful thing. And yes, that is where you should be, all things being equal. But when being gentle, feminine, and accommodating is not rooted in self-worth, this can turn into overgiving, people-pleasing, and tolerating bad behavior just to keep the peace or to prove loyalty. Real femininity is not weakness, it is strength under control. Femininity includes softness, yes, but also wisdom, discernment, and boundaries. Yeah. A healed feminine woman can say no without being harsh. Now, note that I said healed feminine woman. So I'm not talking about those that have gone through emotional issues and have not healed and are using their annoyance or baggage to be rude to people. No, I'm saying that you can say no in a situation without being harsh, still being quiet and firm. She can walk away without causing drama. She can nurture but not be anyone's doormat. Because there's a thin line with being feminine and being taken advantage of. So if you are not careful, you may cross this line without knowing, and you think you are being feminine, you think you are being kind, and you're already being taken advantage of without you taking notes. So now let's list some things that you might have been doing that means that you have crossed the thin line without even knowing. If you're in a place where you have been disrespected and this is being repeated, but yet you are being calm just because you want to stay sweet, maybe you have crossed the thin line between being feminine and being taken advantage of. She keeps giving without receiving any real commitment or pursuit. You are giving, you are giving, you are giving to a place that there is nothing for you, or you are the one that is instigating everything. You might be taken advantage of, because again, you can't be in a relationship and you are the only one giving and giving and giving, and you're not getting value from the other person. You're not even getting attention. You're not even being noticed. Be careful, you might have crossed the thin line. You give and give and give because you are trying to prove that you are truly a wife material. Now, I know we spoke about being a wife material. If you've not watched that video, go watch it. Or you're in a situation, you're in a relationship, you're with someone, and you are observing a lot of things, but you can't speak up because you don't want to scare him away. That's not being feminine. That's being taken advantage of. Because again, that you are feminine does not mean that you can't spot issues and address them in love, with understanding, calmly. Or you continue to let things slide even when it hurts, instead of acting like you don't see them because you don't want to scare him away. That's not a good option. So be careful and wary to ensure that you are not in this position. Being feminine doesn't mean abandoning your voice. You are allowed to be soft and strong. Femininity shouldn't cost you your dignity. In fact, the Proverbs 31 woman that we celebrate is said about her in Proverbs 31 verse 25 that she is clothed with strength and dignity. So don't allow anything to compete with your strength and dignity while you are trying to act feminine, why you are trying to be accommodating, why you are trying to be loving. All these are good, but that should not silence the voice that has been put inside of you as a lady. So with these few points of mine, I hope that I've been able to convince you today that you shouldn't, if you already have been crossing the thin line, you should know when you have crossed, you should know how to go back, and if you haven't crossed, not to cross that thin line, because you're a feminine woman, but you still should have your strength and your dignity. A lot of women want to show up soft, nurturing, and kind, but they end up being used, overlooked, and emotionally drained, just because you've been told that a good woman is quiet and endures. So you continually bear the grudge, you continually suck things in, you continually are bearing things, even when you are hurting. You can't even have a conversation because you've been told that a good woman is supposed to be quiet and endure everything. Think again. But that's not femininity. That is fear. That is self-abandonment disguised as loyalty. So sis, check yourself today. Are you truly walking in healed femininity, or you're letting people take advantage of you or your softness, just hoping that it will lead to love? So let me know in the comment section, have you ever found yourself crossing that thin line one way or the other? Let's know your thoughts right in the comments, and we'll continue the conversation right there. If this hit home, please like the video. Please let's know your thoughts right down in the comment section, and also share to a lady you think you know should hear this. Until I come your way again, keep doing relationships the right way to get the right results. See you in my next one, and until then, bye.